doesn't anybody know anything about Charlie Kirk's parents? I just saw a video about this, and it had literally never occurred to me that no one is talking about. We have not heard from or seen footage of anybody other than Erika and the freaking vice president and Usha anywhere involved in the situation.
Stop whatever you're doing, because Dave Chappelle just dropped something that has the internet shaking, crying, and side-eyeing everyone who ever smiled at Erika Kirk. You think you've heard every theory about Charlie Kirk's death? Think again, because Dave just went full truth bomb mode, and what he said about Charlie's own family will make your jaw hit the floor. Apparently, the Kirks didn't just distance themselves from Erika, they erased her. And now, the comedian who's supposed to make people laugh is out here leaking what he claims are classified truths about the FBI, secret foundations, and a betrayal that allegedly started inside the Kirk household itself. So here's the question everyone's too scared to ask. Why did Charlie's parents vanish from the spotlight the moment Erika started collecting medals, money, and microphones? Why hasn't a single family member spoken out? And why does Dave Chappelle, of all people, seem to know the one thing that could blow this case wide open? Grab your popcorn, lock your phone, and prepare to question everything you thought you knew about America's most polished conservative couple. Because if Dave's right, this isn't a love story anymore. It's a cover-up in designer heels. It started like every other political fairy tale, camera-ready smiles, faith-driven speeches, and a marriage that looked more like a PR campaign than a love story. Charlie and Erika Kirk were the perfect conservative couple. Young, polished, and strategic enough to make an entire movement swoon. But the people who once praised Erika as Charlie's rock are now whispering that she might have been his downfall. And the person throwing gasoline on that fire? None other than Dave Chappelle. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, Dave, the comedian? Let's get something straight. Dave's no stranger to controversy. He's the kind of guy who doesn't speak unless he's ready to blow up a system. And when he stood on that Nashville stage, microphone trembling in his hand, and said, they didn't just lose faith in her, they erased her. The entire internet froze. People gasped. Reporters scrambled. And within minutes, Erika Kirk was trending in all caps. So, what exactly did Dave mean? According to the leaks, yes, leaks, this isn't just about family drama. It's about a scandal buried under church sermons, charity money, and federal signatures. Because allegedly, after Charlie's death, his parents found out that Erika wasn't just running his foundation, she was rewriting it. Let's rewind a bit. Charlie Kirk built Turning Point America, a political empire dressed up as a youth movement. His parents, Robert and Elizabeth, were the behind-the-scenes power couple, deeply religious, financially loaded, and obsessed with protecting their son's legacy. When Charlie married Erika, they thought she was the perfect fit, sweet, smart, and photogenic enough to make donors open their wallets. But the truth, or at least what insiders are calling the truth, didn't stay hidden for long. After Charlie's death, whispers began surfacing that millions of dollars from the foundation had mysteriously shifted into new accounts. Accounts tied not to the Kirk family but to Erika. Anonymous insiders claim those transfers were labeled legacy operations and approved under emergency conditions. And here's the kicker. One of those approvals allegedly came from a federal consultant connected to a group the FBI once investigated for narrative shaping. Dave Chappelle didn't stumble into this by accident. According to one of his tour producers, who, by the way, has since deleted all their social media, Dave received a mysterious package days before that show. It was labeled Phoenix Drop. Inside, hours of recordings, old emails, and screenshots of what looked like encrypted wire transfers tied to the Kirk Foundation. The most damning one, though, wasn't about money. It was about power. A supposed email from an address listed as e.kirk@legacynet read, "They think this is about grief. It's about control. If I don't keep it running, they'll take everything." Sounds innocent, right? Until another line followed. "Robert knows too much. We'll handle him." Now, maybe it's all fake. Maybe Dave got duped by one of those internet archivists who can't tell a Google Doc from a government file. But that didn't stop the internet from exploding with theories. Twitter, or X, whatever Elon's calling it this week, was on fire. One viral post read, "If Dave's telling the truth, Erika didn't just marry into the Kirk legacy. She hijacked it. Another user replied, "Bro, this feels like if Netflix made a political thriller called God, Guns, and Betrayal." But let's talk about the family, Charlie's parents. The people you've never seen, never heard from, and who somehow vanished after the funeral. Dave says that's not a coincidence. In his own words, they didn't disappear. They were silenced. He's claiming the FBI put a gag order on the Kirks after what they allegedly found in Charlie's encrypted laptop, a drive Erika supposedly had access to. According to Chappelle's version, those files contained correspondence between Erika and a consulting firm that specialized in emotional narrative campaigns. Translation? The same kind of firm governments use to steer public sentiment online. Sound too wild? Maybe. But here's where it gets darker. An anonymous ex-employee from Turning Point, calling themselves JL, leaked a message thread claiming Erika had been warned by federal contacts not to let the parents interfere with the memorial planning. And sure enough, when the memorial aired live on national television, Robert and Elizabeth Kirk were nowhere in sight. Not in the front row, not backstage, not even mentioned by name. It was all Erika, front, center, camera ready, with a Bible in one hand and a perfectly timed tear in the other. And yet, for a woman supposedly mourning, she didn't seem too broken. The internet noticed. Clips of Erika's performance went viral with captions like, "This ain't grief, it's PR." One user wrote, "She gave an Oscar speech, not a eulogy." Still, some defended her. Maybe that's her strength, they said. Maybe she's holding it together like Charlie would have wanted. But if that were true, why did her next public appearance, a private dinner hosted by political donors, look more like a networking event than a widow's retreat? Here's what one attendee told a podcast under anonymity. She wasn't crying. She was planning. She talked about rebranding the foundation, expanding into youth outreach, and she even mentioned a potential docuseries. And that's when everything started to unravel. Dave Chappelle, now knee-deep in the storm he started, doubled down. He went live from his home studio, cigarette in hand, eyes wild, and said, "They can call me crazy all they want, but I've seen the receipts." Erika Kirk didn't lose her family. She outgrew them, and the FBI made sure nobody could stop her. Immediately, fact-checkers went to war. Some called it nonsense. Others said Dave's gone rogue. But one independent journalist, Laura Simons, claimed she had also received copies of similar files. "It's real," she tweeted. "And if it's real, it's terrifying." The files she described hinted at a secret account named Legacy Recovery Fund, with unexplained deposits totaling nearly $7 million within 3 months after Charlie's death. The listed purpose? Internal recompensation. Whatever that means. The FBI, of course, denied everything. No such investigation exists, they said. But here's where even skeptics started raising eyebrows. Within 24 hours of that statement, multiple conservative YouTube channels discussing the story were hit with mysterious copyright strikes. Even clips of Dave's original Nashville rant disappeared overnight. Coincidence? Or cleanup? Meanwhile, Erika's Instagram, once full of Bible verses and wedding throwbacks, suddenly went private. Her management released a statement calling the rumors malicious fabrications and warning against defamatory narratives. But that only fueled the fire. Because in the age of the internet, silence isn't peace. It's guilt with good lighting. And just when everyone thought the story might fade away, another name dropped into the mix, Candace Owens. In a viral live stream, Candace said, "Something's off about the whole thing. I've been around Charlie's family. They're good people. They wouldn't just disappear. Somebody's keeping them quiet." That one line reignited the storm. Millions of comments, thousands of theories, and at the center of it all, Erika, silent as ever. But silence, in this story, speaks louder than truth. Because according to a so-called insider from inside, the real reason Erika's being protected isn't grief or privacy. It's leverage. Apparently, she holds access codes to Charlie's private files, a vault the family desperately wanted back. And that vault, rumor has it, It's the same one that Dave Chappelle claims landed in his inbox. A vault that could prove whether Charlie's death was a tragedy or a transaction. And that, right there, is where things start to go from suspicious to straight-up chilling. By the time Dave Chappelle's words reached cable news, the internet wasn't just whispering anymore. It was screaming. The vault is real. The FBI is involved. Erika Kirk set him up. These weren't just conspiracy hashtags now. They were full-blown trending movements. And while Erika stayed hidden behind closed curtains and private jets, Dave was out here playing whistleblower like he'd just cracked open the Pandora's box of American conservatism. So, what did he actually find in that so-called vault? According to insiders from Dave's camp, and we're using the word insiders loosely here, the files contained audio recordings, bank transfers, and even internal memos from Turning Point's upper circle. But the one file that apparently made Dave's hands shake was labeled Polaris Agreement, Confidential. For E. Kirk only. He played a snippet live during his stream, a voice that everyone instantly recognized as Erika's.
Come. Cold.
And unnervingly confident. They think this is about legacy. It's about survival. The foundation isn't his anymore. It's mine. That single sentence set the internet on fire. Within hours, screenshots, captions, and reaction videos flooded TikTok. People called her Lady Macbeth in pearls. Others said she was just another corporate widow cashing in on the corpse. And then, the theories got darker. Claims that Erika had been working with federal consultants long before Charlie's death. Dave's tone wasn't subtle. He told his viewers, "You think she's crying over his death? Nah, she's crying 'cause the wrong file leaked." And whether you think he's a hero or an opportunist, the man wasn't bluffing. Because hours after that broadcast, CNN, Fox, and Newsmax all reported the same thing. The Kirk family's legal team had gone silent. That's right, no statements, no denials, no appearances. Just silence. And when journalists tried to reach Robert and Elizabeth Kirk for comment, their spokesperson allegedly said, "The family has been advised not to engage with the press at this time." Advised by who? Cue the collective gasp from every corner of the internet. Because that one word, advised, sounded a lot less like family grief and a lot more like federal pressure. And here's where the story takes a sharp left turn into what people are now calling the most confusing cover-up since Watergate. Multiple accounts claimed that an anonymous whistleblower who once worked inside the Kirk Foundation's financial department reached out to Dave's team with original documents proving that Erika's organization was receiving unmarked transfers from government-affiliated entities. One file, reportedly labeled Legacy Recovery Payments, showed recurring wire transactions from a shell company named the Helios Group. According to the leak, Helios is allegedly a consulting firm that specializes in crisis management and narrative engineering. You know, the kind of firm that scrubs digital trails when politicians get caught doing something dirty. The next morning, Dave Chappelle dropped what he called the realest monologue I'll ever give. He didn't joke. He didn't laugh. He stared straight into the camera and said, "Y'all laughed when I said the truth gets deleted. But now you're watching it happen in real time." The man was right, because not 24 hours later, all clips of his Nashville performance vanished from YouTube.
His account was flagged.
His backup uploads were shadow banned. Reddit threads discussing the leak began disappearing, replaced by generic policy violation messages. And then came the really weird part. A new Instagram account appeared, no profile photo, no bio, just the name @ErikaLegacyTruth. The first post was a black square with a caption, "Stop believing the lies." He was compromised. Within 2 hours, the post racked up 4 million views, but by the third hour, the entire account vanished.
Poof. Gone.
People started speculating that Erika herself was trying to fight back, that maybe, just maybe, she wasn't the villain but another pawn in something even bigger. But if that were true, why was she the only one getting richer? Because make no mistake, Erika Kirk was thriving. New luxury endorsements, million-dollar brand deals, and a speaking tour titled Faith After Fire were all popping up on her radar. The widow image was working. Donations to her legacy foundation tripled. And yet, none of that money went to the Kirks. Not a dime. Meanwhile, Dave was spiraling. He told fans he was being followed, his calls were being tapped, and his team found hidden devices planted in their bus during his tour. "They're watching me," he said during one live stream. "And if I go quiet, y'all already know why." It was the kind of paranoia that usually comes from internet deep dives and caffeine overdoses. But then something happened that even his critics couldn't ignore. During a podcast interview, conservative commentator Candace Owens claimed she'd been approached by people close to the family with disturbing evidence. Charlie didn't trust Erika in his final months, she said. He tried to separate her from the foundation, and that's when things got messy. According to Candace, Charlie had begun an internal audit before his death, questioning why so much money was moving offshore. But before the audit could conclude, he was gone. Cue the Reddit theories. Was it just an accident? Or was it something deeper? The FBI called it a closed case. No foul play. But Dave Chappelle wasn't buying it. Closed case, he repeated during his show. That's what they said about Epstein too. The audience gasped, cheered, laughed nervously, because they knew, deep down, this was bigger than one widow's greed. That night, another clip surfaced, grainy, low resolution, supposedly taken from an internal Turning Point camera. It showed a blurred figure, a woman, entering an office late at night. The timestamp? 2 days before Charlie's fatal crash. The access code used? Registered to Erika. Now, was it her? Nobody could prove it. But in the internet age, you don't need proof, you just need momentum. And Dave had plenty. Within hours, hashtags exploded. Hashtag who killed Charlie. Hashtag Erika the honeypot. Hashtag Dave was right. And just like that, the story morphed from gossip into a global obsession. Talk shows picked it up. Late-night hosts made jokes about the conservative widow. News anchors debated Dave's credibility. Meanwhile, Turning Point's board quietly filed internal restructuring papers, removing Erika as acting CEO and replacing her with an interim trustee. But that didn't stop Erika. Oh no. She released a pre-recorded statement from what looked like a private studio, sitting in front of a glowing white backdrop with a Bible in her lap. She said, "Charlie's death broke me, but I will not be broken again by lies." Except halfway through the video, her mic glitched. The screen flickered. And then, for less than a second, the broadcast showed a folder open on her desktop, labeled Phoenix Drop Archives. The internet saw it, paused it, screenshot it, and the theories went nuclear. Because Phoenix Drop wasn't just the name of Dave's leaked package. It was the codename written in the files Charlie had apparently created before his death. So, how did Erika have it too? Coincidence? Or connection? That's the question that no one, not the FBI, not Turning Point, not even Dave, could answer. But one thing was crystal clear. This wasn't just about family betrayal anymore. It was about a digital war. As Dave put it best, they didn't just bury the truth. They buried it under NDAs, encryption, and prayer. And the more he spoke, the more people believed him. Because at this point, even if Erika was innocent, she was guilty of something: silence. And in a world obsessed with exposure, silence might be the loudest confession of all. Let's rewind to that moment when Erika's video, Faith After Fire, glitched and revealed that mysterious desktop folder, Phoenix Drop Archives. Within 24 hours, anonymous hackers claiming to be part of a cyber activist group called the Phoenix Code announced that they had recovered fragments from that same folder. They posted screenshots on the dark web, files labeled Vault Access _Key 1, Erika Audio 1.wave, and most chillingly, Operation Polaris. Now, if that name sounds familiar, that's because Polaris had already been whispered in Dave Chappelle's previous stream. He'd called it the system that rewrites reality. Everyone thought he was being metaphorical. Turns out, maybe not. The alleged leaks described Project Polaris as a joint data narrative initiative designed to control digital perception using influencer networks, basically, an online puppet show run by powerful people. And at the top of one leaked roster of public-facing contributors was none other than Erika Kirk. When that dropped, the entire internet collectively stopped breathing. Was Erika just another manipulated widow, or the smiling face of something far more sinister. Dave Chappelle came back online that night looking visibly shaken. Eyes red, voice low. No jokes this time. He said, "Y'all, I told you they weren't protecting America. They were protecting her." Then he held up what he claimed was Charlie's final message. A short, shaky audio clip where a male voice, allegedly Charlie, whispered, "If anything happens to me, it's because of what's on Polaris. Tell them Erika knows." The silence after that clip dropped was deafening. Fans, skeptics, journalists, everyone froze. Within hours, #ErikaKnows became the #1 trend in the world. Churches, political groups, even former Turning Point donors began demanding answers. But from Erika? Nothing. Her official accounts went dark. Her PR team quit. And her mansion in Arizona? Empty. According to one paparazzi report, the house had been cleared out overnight. No furniture, no photos, just a single candle left burning on the kitchen counter. Then, the real chaos began. At exactly 11:11 p.m., the internet's favorite conspiracy hour, a mysterious 12-minute video surfaced on an encrypted site mirrored through hundreds of servers. The title, The Widow Archive. It began with static. Then, Charlie's face appeared, tired, pale, his voice trembling. "If you're seeing this," he said, "then they've already erased me." He spoke about discovering federal influence inside the faith movement, about data collection through religious networks, and about someone he loved being compromised. Then he looked off camera and said one word that made millions of viewers gasp: Erika. The clip ended with a faint sound, like someone slamming a door, followed by a single text overlay: "Do not trust what comes next." It spread faster than any video in history. Within hours, major networks were forced to address it. CNN called it deepfake propaganda. Fox News called it potential evidence. Twitter, or X, temporarily crashed under the surge of traffic. And the FBI? They issued a statement calling the footage unauthorized digital contraband and threatened legal action against anyone hosting it. You already know what happened next. Every attempt to delete it only made it multiply. People began re-uploading fragments hidden in music videos, meme compilations, even cat clips. You couldn't scroll for 10 seconds without hearing Charlie whisper, "They erased me." But here's where the rabbit hole hit rock bottom. A week after the Widow Archive leak, Dave Chappelle vanished. His tour dates were canceled, his social media wiped, and his YouTube channel replaced with a blank page reading, "Error 404, legacy removed." Fans thought it was a stunt, until one of his crew members posted a cryptic story that read, "He said they were coming," then deleted it minutes later. In his absence, rumors exploded. Some said Dave was hiding in Africa again. Others believed he'd been detained by federal agents. A few even claimed he was still communicating through coded Reddit posts under anonymous usernames. The wildest theory? That Dave had merged the remaining files into an AI-protected server Charlie designed before his death, something called the Iron Vault. And get this, just as those theories started gaining traction, thousands of people began reporting glitches across social media. Search results for Charlie Kirk death, Erika Kirk, and Project Polaris suddenly returned blank pages. YouTube comments vanished mid-thread. Even cached versions of articles rewrote themselves, removing names, replacing key phrases with generic ones like public figure or foundation member. It was as if the internet itself was being edited in real time. People started calling it the reset. By now, the story wasn't about Charlie and Erika anymore. It was about all of us. If what Dave claimed was true, the same system that silenced a family could erase entire memories from the web. Memes turned into warnings. Save the files, people said. Screenshot everything. Digital resistance groups popped up, promising to rebuild the truth, piece by pixel. And then, as if the universe couldn't handle one more twist, Erika reappeared. Out of nowhere, her verified account on X went live again. No video, no apology, just one cryptic tweet. The truth doesn't vanish. It uploads itself. Sound familiar? Those were Charlie's rumored last words. Within minutes, the post had millions of likes. But then her account,